Hey YouTube, welcome back. Now I know what you're thinking. Oh man, not another custom wheelbarrow build. That's what this is. This is a custom wheelbarrow build. I was out working around the new shop and the handle broke off. And I thought, well shoot, I better go buy another wheelbarrow. I'm like, well, that'd cost $100. Why not build one? It'll cost you $150 in parts, but you own all the parts. So I'm gonna take this 1 inch by 2 inch rectangular aluminum tubing and this 1.5 inch by 1/4 inch flat bar stock, and we're gonna replace all of the garbage underneath this super cheap wheelbarrow. Let's get at it. So there's 4 original holes in this. I'm gonna start out by making a flat bar frame that's gonna bolt to this and hopefully make it just a little bit more sturdy. And then the arms and everything that comes off of that will weld to that original frame. So it's going to be a trapezoid. We'll cross these 2 holes, those 2 holes, and make not a square but a trapezoid. So to cross these 2 holes I need a 17.5. To cross these 2 holes I need a 13.5. So I'm going to get those cut out right quick. Okay, so because it's a trapezoid, I'm going to be dealing with some goofy angles, but that's okay. We can figure it out. 2 of them at 12 5/8 long to short, and that angle is, so I just butt the square up to the flat bar and across 2 bolt holes, and it's going to be 7 degrees. Is that right? Can that be right? YouTube, tell me, can that be right? Comes out as 7 degrees both directions. Oops. I was doubting myself, so I went and checked with the other square, and it does come out to 7 degrees. Really close to 7.5, but we'll do 7. I believe that was 12 5/8 short to short. 12 5/8 short to short. So while the bandsaw's cutting, hopefully you can hear me. I'm going to duplicate the old handle, but I'm going to make it about 6 inches longer, and I'm hoping that that will be good. I don't know, I don't have great reasoning for why. So I'm making it about 6 or 8 inches longer than this. For those of you that think I'm crazy, you're probably right. That 7 degrees was dang near perfect. I just dropped those there, but it's going to work beautifully. I don't know why, but the camera does not like watching the TIG weld. You keep shutting off every time I TIG weld, so you're not going to get to see any more on this camera. Frame's welded up, probably way stronger than the wheelbarrow ever needs it to be. See if I kept it lined up, squared. Hey, look at that. Fits like a glove, almost like it was meant to be there. So now I got my bars cut. You can come sit them over here. So these go across something like that. These were in here like this before, so I need to create standoffs to stand the handles off. So I'm just going to duplicate these measurements, not in the same spot per se, so I'll do one right here and one right here, so I'll be between the bolts, where the bolts went through this piece originally. There was a bolt here and a bolt through this. So I'm going to have a standoff here and a standoff there. I at least know I need 3 inches here and here. We'll do some Pythagorean theorem math. A squared plus B squared equals C squared. So if right here to right here is A and this 3 inches is B, then I can use all those numbers to figure out what my angle needs to be cut at. And it's going to be fairly small, probably something like 7 degrees. Easier way to find that's going to be using that square, as much as I don't want to admit it. So that wheel should only be about a foot from right here. This says 11 inches. I'm probably going to go 12 to the center of the wheel. Epiphany, I can just trace that to get my angle. That is 8.5 degrees. I told you it'd be something like 7.5. So I'm going to transfer a few marks from this old wooden handle to the aluminum real quick. We can give you one more shot to TIG welding And then I might just weld all this off camera because you keep shutting off. I have the camera unplugged so it's not connected to shore power, and it's completely isolated on a rubber-footed tripod. For some reason though, as soon as I arc, you shut off. You stayed on, so it must have something to do with being plugged into the wall. That is weird. Welding the riser onto the handlebar right now, so I'm welding the back riser on that's going to sit right here. That's going to go something like that. And I need to measure that offset there. Let's get the other one that's the same as this one welded. Make sure I weld it the same direction, because you and I both know I could do that backwards. Keep in mind, if this is an important project, you'd want to clean the aluminum and stuff. All this stuff has been sitting in the shop for a long time. Some of it has dirt on it. Not the way it should be, but probably good enough for a custom wheelbarrow. I got these two pieces made. I now need to get them welded to this guy. Trying to think what the easiest way to do that's going to be, whether I should... Probably doing it like this is going to be easiest. Now what I need to be careful of, once I get these set up, is that my positioning for my wheel and axle is going to work. Not too far apart or too close together. So that actually looks about perfect. Right there. So I guess what I'll do now is I'll measure in and make sure I'm the same distance in and that I'm parallel, and then I'll tack these up, and then I'll measure this guy and I'll get that spacer in before I weld it all out. It's pretty good spacing. These are going to end up getting trimmed. I'm going to get round handles in there, but the reason I went long is because I don't quite know where that's going to land. Inside corner is exactly 1 3/4. Inside corner is right there. Dead on. So I'm going to try to sit underneath and not bump these arms. I probably could clamp them, but we'll give it a shot like this first. I'm going to let my electrodes stick out a little bit further for this inside corner joint. A good rule of thumb I've read is no more stick out than the diameter of your cup. To the short side of the next piece, we'll call it 2.5. This is really going pretty smooth. I've only been in the shop for an hour, and I've fought with you guys shutting off and the bandsaw blade and running out of gas, so I'm actually pretty happy with what we're getting. Welds are pretty ugly because I'm not cleaning anything up, but I will show you them up close. That's where I ran out of gas, right there. But for a yard wheelbarrow, she's coming together. And then I don't know if you can hear me over the welder. I'm running the square wave TIG 275 at 170 amps. For this axle, I need some 5/8 diameter holes. I may pull the mag drill out for this. Let me think about that for a minute. I'm a little misaligned, so I'm going to use the vice grips to pull it in to alignment and tack it. Same story on this side, about the same amount out of alignment. That's what I get for eyeballing, I suppose. That's so dang light, it's awesome. Okay, I'm due for another filler wire. I think I'm on a cross member right here, and I think I'm going to cut that at 7.5 degrees. Eyeballing it, that looks square, and eyeball is close enough for this project.